Welcome to the Sports Rewind podcast. Today I'm joined with Matt Cavil again from Ozball Tournaments. Matt, how are you, mate?
Oh, good, Hutto. How are you?
Good, mate. Plenty going on for you. I see social media is flying with all the different coaches and all the things happening, mate.
Yeah, we've called in the recruits for the teach these kids. Is the old saying, mate, perfect practice makes perfect. So we're trying to. The kids are getting better, but we want to make sure they're learning the right things as well. So bringing in the big guns for this one.
Absolutely, yeah. A few new coaches that you will talk about later. US teams, you've got plenty of teams traveling to the US as well. What's
Yeah, mate,
happening
we've
with
got.
that?
I think we've got 10 or 11 going this year. We've got softball as well. The 3 softball teams going again, which is fantastic. But yeah, we're in the middle of that now, mate. Things have been ordered, and we're raring to go. Everyone's ready. Hotels are being booked, and everyone's putting their names down for everything. And supporters gear and all that goes out this week. So yeah, there's a lot going on behind the scenes, mate.
Absolutely. I know you guys changed the dates of the Aussie Classic, formerly the Down Under Winter Classic, now the Aussie Classic.
Yep.
Was that so to pick these US teams?
Yeah, this year, well, to pick the ones that are going this year, we used last year's Down Under and Summer Sizzler, etc. But for going forward for 2026, yeah, the teams will be selected from the Aussie Classic for sure. Back to the usual.
That's awesome, mate. It gives kids plenty of opportunity to play in front of, different, I guess, crowds and get seen. I know the Aussies now have got more opportunities than we ever have, and this is giving those kids that chance to have a look at what other kids are doing, and also scouts and the like to look at them as well.
Yeah, the good thing about this year's one is we've got like a pre-Aussie tournament with Richard Thompson in Hot Springs. So the baseball and softball teams are heading there first to work out with Richard and the college coaches from the local areas for baseball and softball. And they'll play games there at night time. They'll work out in the mornings with the coaches, and then at night play against local teams. And then once that's done, head off to their respective tournaments to take on the world. I know in the 16s, there's 11 countries playing in that, and the softball is around the same. So yeah, there's a lot to play for, which is fantastic.
Massive opportunity for the kids, not only playing overseas, but to be taught by, such players like that, and now coaches. Massive opportunity for them.
Yeah, it'll be, and they'll learn a lot too. Like, it's going to be hot there. They're going to learn about, just the little things like controlling their body, their energy, making sure they get their sleep. They'll learn, most Aussies learn the hard way. Yeah, try and burn the candle at both ends, but they learn pretty quickly that, they've got to look after their bodies. So that's a big enhancement of it. But, yeah, Richard's got some good plans for them. And they, like I said, they'll work out in the mornings for 3 hours and then go back, have some lunch, have a swim, whatever, and then play a game at night at around 7:30, something like that.
Nice. Sounds good, mate. Now, I know you got plenty going on here for Ozball Tournaments, 5-Star Mafia, Aussie Classic, Aussie Drop Bears. You just had the Summer Sizzler not long ago. Talk us quickly through the Summer Sizzler. We haven't had a chance to chat about that. A few of the Savannah Bananas dropped over.
Yeah, mate. They loved it here in Sydney. They weren't really, like most Americans, they weren't really sure what to expect. But when you walk out of the airport, we had Funky Phil pick him up in his bus. I'm sure they were starting to panic pretty quickly. But they stayed at Warrenora in a house down there, and on the water there, they're fishing and stuff like that. They absolutely loved it. Just the little things like, the girls were going out every morning and having a big breakfast at the local cafes, and they went to the beaches. They went to Taronga Zoo and they got a lift there. I don't know if I should say it on the podcast, but a friend of ours hooked them up there in a nice cruiser to take them to the Taronga Zoo, and to get on this cruise, you either got to be probably under arrest or a dead body. So it was he was able to take them to all the great spots in Sydney Harbour, and they'd forgotten all about the zoo that they had to go there. So that was a great day. And then that night we all went to Centre Point Tower for a feed there. And for those who've been to America, their food's. We're blessed to live in a country where we have so much fresh food. But mate, these guys howled down on it. They were like 5-6 plates in, mate. They loved it, absolutely loved it. And then I know Adam Dobb and his crew took them out on the boat a couple of days before they left. They just went swimming and fishing and stuff like that. But they absolutely loved the baseball. They loved it. Yeah, they were talking about that for days. Still talking about it now. Yeah, we've got a group chat going. But they were the ones planning for this year. They're telling us what we should do this year. So if last year was good, then this year's going to be even bigger. I know that much. So there'll be a bananas player coaching each team throughout the tournament. They'll coach them one time, and they'll enjoy the fun of it. And that's one of the things we're looking at doing this year for Sizzler. But it'll be the same time again. It's the best time for them to come out. They start their pre-season, their spring training, I guess, early January. So it's the best time for it to happen.
Yeah, no, the kids loved it, mate. One of the local kids here had a birthday. BJ's young bloke, and got the high five and got a wristband and all the different things. They looked after him and made his day. That's for sure.
Yeah, no, the kids had a great time. They were. As soon as we rolled up to the field, they were mobbed by the kids, and they had a great time, mate. They were really good. They were really good to the kids. Yeah, they definitely gave them their time. It was great of them.
Awesome, mate. So you got Mafia coming up as well. What's that involved? I didn't get involved in much of the Mafia last year.
Yeah, so Mafia's like a winter ball tournament. It goes for about 10 weeks, but we do skills stuff sessions and that with it as well. This year we've mixed it up again. We're just trying to find that nice happy spot in how we present that, because it's never been done before. But this year they'll play games on Friday night and 2 on Saturday, but they'll also have skill sessions on off weeks where the guys are like just to run a few, like Brad Thomas, Heath Gray, Michael Campbell, Jalen Ray. A lot of the state league guys and college guys coming back as well that are going to help out. And the kids will run rotation through, pitching, catching, outfielding, base running, hitting. You got Howie and Dina in there doing that. It's just, there'll be about 10, 15 coaches, and they'll run the kids through that and just trying to get the fundamentals right. Like I said, they're playing more baseball, so they're getting better, but there's a few things we need to tweak to make sure they get it right, so they're doing the right thing on the field anyway.
Awesome, mate. Having those coaches, at that level, definitely needed. I know looking back through playing juniors, we always sort of had that first grade player that sort of took over our coaching and took it to the next level. And playing that extra baseball, you got to have those coaches, and that to me shows how committed you guys are to this 10-week program, as well as playing their normal baseball. Gets them a lot more at bats, that's for sure.
You're right about the coaching part when we're younger. Sydney's an expensive place to live, so a lot of people do a lot of hours for work, and a lot of ex-players can't give their time back. But and this is not putting down local coaches or anything. They're doing a great job. But if you don't know it, you don't know it. You can't go to YouTube and learn it. If you haven't done it, you haven't done it. So these guys coming in, and they can also show those local coaches as well. So we all develop together. So it's not just a one-off thing. It can continue through summer ball next year and go on through that. So it's a good thing. But having those guys there who know what they're talking about, been there and done it, that's fantastic.
Reggio still open for Mafia?
Yep, Reggio's still open for Mafia. We're doing 13U and 15U.
Yep.
We only do 4 teams, because there's not many spots left. But we only do 4 teams in winter, so to get everybody enough time to learn everything they need to.
Awesome. I'll link up in the bottom there. If anyone wants their kids to join the Mafia this year, we'll post the link down there. Today's show is sponsored by RBI Australia. Head over to rbiaustralia.com.au. Check out the quality and variety that these guys offer. Everything you need from gloves to bats and plenty more. Trusted by the players, but also coaches. Gear up with the best, just like the pros. rbiaustralia.com.au. College prospects, another big one, mate.
Yeah, I do enjoy this one. It's all gun ho, ready to go. The schools, a few of the coaches are putting a few videos together now for us. So there's about maybe, I think it's 6 spots left, maybe less.
Yeah,
I think there's 6 spots left for that, which will be good. Once again on the Gold Coast. Yeah, hopefully no cyclones back when we go up, which should be right. But the schools this year are a big notch. Where last year, where our coaches kind of ran the sessions, talking with the guys that came from last year, plus the new schools coming this year. Those guys want to run the sessions, so they're college orientated, and they get what they want. They can see what they want to see.
Yep.
So the players this year they're a little bit blessed, so they're going to be worked out real well. So, but not only that, we've got about 7 or 8 colleges online as well that want the information every day. Like we can't bring out 20; it's just not feasible, So I think there's another. I think it's 7 or 8. Want to be online every day, so we've got someone putting the data together every day, and they'll send that off. So kids can not just have that opportunity, and it'll be placed on Twitter as well for any other schools that want to watch. But mainly the 20 that we have involved to be looking at it very closely, because I know last year they said about 20 kids they'd be interested in for this year, and then you got the new ones coming from this year and some older ones. So there could be a few heading over.
Plenty of different options for kids too. I know you guys talk about that. It's not about just getting straight into that Div 1 school and going from there.
No.
It's, there's plenty of different pathways to get there. And I guess you guys teaching that's a big lesson also. Yeah,
you need to know what it's like. So the whole week is basically college orientated. You're up early, you have a breakfast, you're on the bus, you're working out of the field for 8-9 hours a day, then you're back. Your washing's got to be done. You got to have dinner. Then there's coaching talks that night. So it's a long day. It's all smiles and excitement on day one. But once day one's over, the grind kicks in just for day 2. The energy does dwindle a little bit, and but they need to learn. That's what every day is over in college in the US.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's great, mate. I really enjoy getting the updates from that because, back when we were younger, there was not much of that happening. It was for those, a lot of people that had the money, or if you ran 10-second 100-meter or you're 6'8", you went over. But now it's really focused on what the kids can do and also about getting their education as well, not just playing the game of baseball.
Yeah, exactly. So, it's exciting. This one, I really enjoy it.
Love it, mate. What time of year is that happening? Is that before?
Mate, it's July 6th to July 11th.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So it is same time or similar time to last year.
Yeah,
you know whether you're going
to
go again with the Aussie Classic or...
Yeah.
So that's good. You've also got another tournament in June, mate, the Excite.
Yeah, well, that'll be round 2. We haven't advertised that one yet, but back in January, we've got all these I like to call it cordial teams or watered down teams in Junior League, Little League, and all that. And those who know me know I'm not a fan of that. I've always loved the best playing the best. The old state league days were always good. Playing the Hills and the Cronullars and all those teams. I was part of Bankstown back then. It's a long, long time ago. But these days, you're playing, that good teams now watered down into 2. And it's not saying that players shouldn't have their opportunity. There's places for everybody, but the better players aren't playing better competition. So I wanted to start something where you registered to play, but if you registered, it doesn't mean you're playing. We picked 4 coaches were selected, and then they picked the players that they wanted to see if they could win the first Excite tournament. So just because you register doesn't mean you're going to be selected. But then they go into, they pick one at a time and players like that. So the first tournament we held was awesome, eh? The grand final for the 12 or the 13U games were the skill level was awesome. I watched mainly the 13U games and they were incredible. But the grand final game was I can't remember 6 or 7 innings in it was in like 75 minutes. But it wasn't like a pitching duel either. It was like, a kid would hit a double, then there'd be a strikeout, then there'd be a diving catch, then a hit, then another strikeout. It's just the plays were big league, and like Paul Rucker's team from Victoria, the Southern Beast, but they were a bigger group of boys. Where the Woodpeckers from Sydney, that was Adam Dobbs' team. They were smaller kids, but they had the smart. They had baseball smarts, those boys. So I think the score ended up 5-3 or 5-2, something like that. But mate, what a game! It was a cracking game. And then I know over in the 15s, I know one of the teams, I think it was Chile's team, was up by about 5 or 6 runs, and then came in Jaden's team, and they stuck him in the second last to put a 6 spot on him, and then they went on winning that one. It was another red hot game. You could just see the plays from a distance, and the crowd cheering. So we're on to round 2, and how it works is we don't change the age matrix, or we kind of do change the age. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. We do change the age matrix, but for the 13U, for example, when the tournament is on, whatever time of year it is, you can't be 14 before the tournament. So players will age in and out as they go. So if you age out, then you move up to the 15s, and you might get picked up there. You might not for a year too, but it's always getting the better players coming through.
Yeah.
So that's just the one that we're going to keep going with that one, because we're on to round 2 now, and there's a couple of teams that have pulled out, and there's a couple of 3 or 4 that want to come in. So there's only 2 spots available. The rest want in. But you can pick players from anywhere you want, Hutto. You don't have to pick them from your association. You don't even have to pick them from Sydney if you didn't want it. Last year we had kids from Perth, Melbourne, Queensland, and this year we'll have extra players from all the other states as well, like South Australia and all that. So I know there's a couple of kids from North Queensland that want to have a shot. I know they'll be registering. But this was elite. This was elite level. This was some baseball I hadn't seen for a long time, and it was very exciting.
Best of the best. I love it.
Yep.
Speaking of best of the best, mate, I've seen the MacArthur Orioles had their Old Boys Day the other day, and you got to throw out the first pitch.
I did, mate. I did. It wasn't the greatest one. I did tell you that was my strikeout pitch, because it wasn't down the can. But mate, that was a great night. I haven't been able to go to them before, because I've always been involved with coaching or something somewhere. And it's always been on the same night that we've had something on. So it's the first time I've been to one, and it was 15 years since the Orioles and Colts merger.
That's crazy.
So it was a great night, mate. Seeing the boys there, it was a really good night. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
I know Scotty Moyer always tags me in the Old Boys Days, and I haven't been to one yet myself, so I'm going to have to get down there for.
Mate, I'll be going. I won't miss one from now on.
Love it.
I loved it. It was a really good night, mate. It was a really good night. You should come. You should come.
I will. Mate, Aussie Classic, end of the year. We've had a date change for that. Into a bit
now in October.
Bit more the warmer part of the year.
Yes. We'll have a bit of a different theme this year. We can add some water to it now because it's a bit warmer. But early Regos have been fantastic. We're very happy with where we are with the early Regos. And as like the Summer Sizzler, there will be some special guests attending the event. It won't be Bananas players. It'll be some other, what do you call them, social media stars, I guess, that the kids love, that will be attending and doing all their social media and all their content and everything, including all our players. So that'll be exciting as well for the kids. Anytime they're smiling, that means they're loving the game, mate.
Absolutely. One of my favourite times of the year, heading up there and doing the end of day sort of thing with Randall. And I know the parents get a kick out of the Aussie Classic as well, mate. It's always a fun time for them, catching up with friends they usually, see during baseball season or whatever it might be, and catch up each year at that time. So it'll be good. It's going to be a bit warmer. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's a massive week, but one of the nights will be at one of the water parks. So we've got some tricks up our sleeve for that one for the kids. So we're looking forward to it.
Awesome, mate. Another good week of baseball there, and the
It
kids
will be.
get a chance to pop on the Aussie Drop Bears hat and and tour overseas. Speaking of Aussie Drop Bears, are you guys heading over to take on the Bananas this year?
No Bananas this year. They've got their 6 teams.
Yep.
It's on the cards for next year, but there's also we'll be going over to play Cosmic Baseball as well, Fluoro Baseball.
Woo!
Yes. We've delved into that. They're fairly new into the entertainment market for baseball, where they tried it last year and they sold out 3 stadiums of 15,000, I believe. And this year they've gone to minor league stadiums. I think they're at 16 minor league stadiums, and they've sold out not 1 game there, but 2 games at each one. So it's starting to pick up, and mate, the players. Once again, they're very, really good players. They're all ex-pros and stuff like that. But they're saying it's easier to see the ball at night with the fluoro than it is in the daytime, or even at night time with the lights on. So
there you go.
We're yet to find out.
You don't want to be a pitcher in that situation, then, do you?
No.
You want to be a hitter.
Exactly. So we'll have a new look squad. We're looking forward to that. We'll release all that information for that at the end of the year. But there'll be people that want to come tour with the team and whatever. It'll be 2 weekends. That'll be it's a wild couple of weeks. It's very exciting.
I bet it is. Mate, where can everyone find what's going on with Ozball?
As usual, mate, straight to the website, www.ozball.com.au, or all the social pages are on there. As I said, we'll be ramping up soon for Aussie Classic, starting to get that going. But other than that, mate, next on the horizon is Mafia. So Rego's closed this month, end of this month. So, it'll be all good, mate. Looking forward to it.
Awesome, mate. Thanks for catching up. Look
no
forward
worries,
to seeing all the different things from Mafia and college prospects. Exciting. Aussie Classic, all the US teams. I did like to follow them on Game Changer last year. Seen lots of progression with some of the kids. So look forward to seeing all of it this year, mate. And I'll be up there at Aussie Classic again with you guys this year, and my highlight of the year for sure.
No worries, mate. Always welcome to have you.
Take it easy, Cav.
Cheers, Hutto. Thanks, mate.
Yeah.